So, Doctor Who, the 60th anniversary, the Children in Need special, featured the 14th Doctor accidentally landing on Skaro at the genesis of the Daleks. The Khalid race was very nicely wearing their SS Nazi uniform inspired clothes, which is rare because we don't actually see them quadruped, that is two-legged, very often. Davros was played brilliantly by Julian Breach. Love the voice. He's a long-standing Davros actor. Brilliant. Physical disability has been used to scare children, adults, everybody in the media, hence why they have changed it. Apparently Davros will be walking from now on. But I say this, that people with physical disabilities can be clever scientists who create the Daleks and only have one arm and are blind and have full skin scarring, and that doesn't mean that they are lesser in any way at all. It's just that historically physical disability has been used on characters to make them evil, hence the change. I'm loving the fact that the plunger was the Daleks' idea. Loving the fact that we got a nod to it because it is one of the first Doctor Who stories. The genesis of the Daleks obviously is a fourth Doctor story, but William Hartnell obviously met the Daleks minus Davros before that. So the Daleks are significant. We will be seeing less of them under Ncuti Gatwa's tenure as the 15th Doctor, but as we're in David Tennant era, not a problem. Going forward, this is going to be an interesting issue because obviously characters, whether they have a physical disability, can be both good and bad going forward. We just have to be careful in how that is represented. But film and TV are a visual medium, so people are frightened of having their fingers chopped off. I mean, that is scary thought. But does that mean that they're going to back away from somebody who's got less fingers? I don't think so. I think people need to sort of put their big pants on and man up and go, whatever, just roll with it. Davros, being a great scientist, has always been a great scientist, whether or not he's had a physical disability or not. He is who he is. I mean, all of the Daleks, theoretically, are tanks. I mean, it was only recently that they took to flying that enabled their mobility to improve. Come on. The Daleks, all of the Daleks are in wheelchairs. They're little tentacle blobbies. Outside of that, I mean, when they're not sort of suckering your face like aliens now, they are pretty helpless. I mean, if they accidentally, for whatever reason, flomped into some lava, they wouldn't be able to get out of it. Nobody would, whether you had legs or not. Just ask Anakin Skywalker. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to let him not wear his suit with his respirator and his false limbs, are they? Yeah, but historically in children's fiction, physical disability has been used to scare children. There are studies on this, and even though to some people it's but not now, and I'm like, yeah, kind of. But changing Davros from sitting to walking, does that improve his power? Yes, he can run now. Does it make him more frightening? I'm like, no, his ability to run was never the thing that made him scary in the first place. It was his ability to create these total exterminating monsters and make more from himself. It was his total lack of humanity, not the fact that he didn't have eyes or had a scarred face or sat in a wheelchair or the fact that he couldn't use one arm. It was the fact that, yes, he would do it and he could do it. And if he had a capsule of poison and if he broke it and he killed a load of people, he would do it. That's what made him scary. The fact that he had physical injuries from a war? No. It was his lack of humanity. Anyway, we've seen him as a little shepherd boy, now we've seen him as an adult. Going forward, we are going to see more walking Davros. That does create more storytelling opportunities for him. I mean, we're going to see him as a young scientist. That might be very nice, to actually see that period of his life before he had all of his injuries, before that happened in the war between the Khalid's race and the other race, which I've completely forgot, but that's fine. Somebody will fill it in the comments, no doubt. So, overall, it was good. But, I mean, we got to roll with it. And people saying Doctor Who has never been political. We did have the 9th Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, praising the NHS and the welfare state in one episode under Russell T Davis's era. So, yeah, Doctor Who has always had a little political leanings, chicks. We just need to man up and put your pants on. Admittedly, Davros. It's a big change, but is it going to do the character any good? We could see him in his younger years before his injuries. We did see him as a shepherd boy, which I have mentioned. Okay, I'm done. So that is that. Bye.